Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Record of Agarest War. In the last episode, we headed towards the south portion here on our way down to the next fortress, and we took care of the first fortress, which was here at Kutakur. And now we're heading southwards to the next fortress, which is down there. Before we do that, we need to go to these events here. This event right here at Beatrice? I think that's how you say it. Beatrice Coast. You need to be here by turn 35, and you need to be neutral in order for this to show up. So let's go ahead and move out here. Is something wrong? Why are you staring at the sky? Why are you groaning? My body aches. Look at the silly circles on her eyes. Is it that time already? You think I have gone mad, don't you? Eh? I said no such thing. Here is something I wager you did not know. There is something that once pickled in salt for 3 years makes a delicious snack. Actually, I did not know that. But what could you possibly pickle in salt for 3 years? Are you quite sure you wish to know? Well... Nels! You, in other words. Uh-oh. Oh my! I can guarantee you that I do not taste good at all! Come back here! Qua? What are you doing? I was preparing to pickle Fer in salt and eat him. Pickle Fer in salt? And eat him? Of course, snails make excellent preserves. Eh? Too frightened to speak? That was only a joke, you foolish boy. I was only teasing you for nothing but a little harmless revenge. You look quite serious. Can you really blame him for taking your jest to heart? Well, to be on Qua's side here, her actually eating someone, that's taking it a little too far. That's stretching it too much to make it unbelievable. That's what I'm meaning. In any event, I heard screaming and moaning coming from this direction. Was that you, Qua? Yes. Fer looked at me as though I had gone mad, and I felt he deserved a little punishment. It is not as though I wanted to do those things. This continent is full of monsters, yes. I can sense them, you see, very strongly. It must be the animal blood that runs through my veins. Well, we kind of had something similar happen to another Necrolome. If you guys remember Sheriff Anir, in the second generation, she kind of had a monthly episode of animal instincts, quote-unquote. I see. And sometimes the feeling of all these monsters about is too much for you. I seem to recall you met my father when you mistook him and his friends for monsters, yes? Well, let us say that was beyond my control. Besides, it was they who appeared in front of me when I was already quite alarmed. I also seem to recall that there were monsters nearby, so I suppose you were right to be worried. Exactly, it was not my fault. Still, it is because of that day that I am here now. I suppose I should be thankful for those monsters, for the fact that I am a Necrolome. I suppose I should be thankful as well. After all, that is why I was able to meet you, Qua. I am quite happy to hear you say that. Although, at first, I followed your father for lack of anything better to do. I thought it might be fun to accompany them. I cannot say I put much thought into that decision. I'm sorry. Whatever your intentions may have been, you have been a great help to me. Zerva and Sharona tell me every day of my destiny. Ellis and Plum are doing their best to be as surrogate mothers. I have never once been sad. Thanks to you and Fer, we had so much fun together. It is a little embarrassing to hear you say in such a way, but I'm glad you think so. I've never had a family, so perhaps that is why, but when you were born, I felt as though I finally had a baby brother. I was quite happy when you were born. I remember thinking, it felt as though everyone here had become my family. You are right. We are family. I could not imagine being here without you. Well, of course not. After all, I am a family clown, am I not? Well, according to Winfield, your title would be closer to troublemaker. Is that so? Ah, I suddenly remembered some business I must attend to. Goodbye! Perhaps I should not have mentioned Winfield by name. I shudder to think what she will do to him. And with that, now we get a little bit of backstory of how Claw has influenced Rex's life a little bit. I'm going to be cutting here, and then we're going to be on to the next event. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, we're here at Delnia Way. Here at Delnia Way, you have to have Beatrice in order to get this event. This event can only activate when you have Beatrice. So let's go ahead and move out to Delnia Way. Why must you be so straight-laced? All I wish to do is watch from afar. That is enough for me. Those voices. Alberti and Beatrice. They are already using this room, as it seems. How can granddaughter of mine grow up to be so old-fashioned? Are you quite sure that you're your father's daughter? Oh, calm yourself. 'Twas only said in jest. Even so, you must learn to be more aggressive, or you will regret it. Whatever I choose, I will not regret it. Things are fine as they are. I do not mean to interrupt, but might I borrow this room? Rex? What are you... Oh, the man of the hour. Your timing is excellent. I believe my granddaughter has something to speak with you about. Good grandfather? What are you saying? Is something the matter? Never before have I seen Beatrice so flustered. Well, all women have their weaknesses. So, is there anything you would like to know about Beatrice? Grandfather, stop. Please, you mustn't let him bother you, Rex. She's blushing. Actually, if you don't mind, there was indeed something I wish to ask you. Huh? About me? Okay, so now we have 3 choices, and this is true in requirement 2. Well, this kind of helps us with true in guide here. We can ask, where is your accent from? How is Natasha, huh? How are the other continents? We want to ask her an odd question. We want to ask her where her accent's from. It is not pronounced, but I have noticed that you have an accent. You don't speak the way Alberti does. Well, do you know of a place called Yamato? It is on the continent of Gracia. Actually, we do, because that was back in the second generation where we met Yayaoi. Of course, I have heard of Yamato. It was a unique culture found nowhere else in the world. I believe it is near the forest that was Arbel's home, yes? Yes, the forest of the Ryuin. I spent a great deal of time there, so I listened to many of their stories. Really? Is that why? Is that why I sound the way I do? Perhaps. I was in Yamato for quite some time. Yamato is a very elegant place. They take care to live in harmony with nature and train many masters of the sword. They have also developed an advanced art of infiltration. I learned a great deal in my time there. I only hope that I will be able to use what I have learned to help you, Rex. No, I do not mean you, personally, but rather I hope that I can be of use to all of you. Although I fear I have been a little help to you, Rex, or to anyone else. Little help? Beatrice, I have no doubt that you would be utterly lost. We would be utterly lost now, if not for your help. Really? Then is that all that's all I needed to hear. May I continue to rely on you? Of course. After all, that is why I'm here. If there is anything you require, you have but to ask. And now, I must be going. She is much too straightforward. Rather like you, in fact. I suppose one could call her genuine. She has grown up hearing high praise of Thoma, and sees him in you. She grows nervous when speaking with you because she cares for you. She may not seem so, but she is actually quite shy, chiefly because she respects you a great deal. She is a little particular, yes, but she is a good woman. Do try to overlook her faults. Overlook her faults? I must find them first, though. I fear my own are all too apparent. He is really modest, I swear. Would you tell her that I should like to speak to her if she could find the time? I will let her know. I have no doubt she will be happy to hear it. I trust you will take care of my granddaughter. But you must also remember that the battlefield is no place for a weak heart. We are prepared for the worst. We have pledged our lives to yours, and where you lead, we will follow. Your burdens are ours to share. A commander must be prepared to leave his friends behind. My granddaughter and I would give our lives for you. How much must I leave behind? What is there to gain? And that's actually a good question. Alright guys, well I'm going to end the episode here, so in the next episode of Let's Play Record of Agarest War, we're going to be going to that fortress and destroying the monsters within, and then finally we can reach the kingdom down here on the southern path. I know this seems like we're taking our sweet little time to getting down here, but this is indeed the longest path, and it has 2 fortresses on it. If you could see, the other paths don't have 2 fortresses on it. Like the one north only has 1, and the one down the middle only has 1. This one has 2. So we're taking out the big chunk first before we go and do the others. But we'll get to that soon. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode.